Hello, from somewhere that we have never brought you before.
Where would that be?
We are at Universal Epic Universe. Now, the park doesn't open officially until May 22nd, but we are here today to show you everything that this park has to offer. A complete look at everything that we think that you are going to want to see before you plan your visit here.
We are so excited to take you around this brand new theme park that's just minutes away from the current Universal Orlando Resort. Epic Universe, like Danny said, opens May 22nd. We are here before the grand opening to check it all out and to bring you along with us.
And without further ado,
this is Universal Epic Universe. Time to enter the Kronos here at the front of the park that reads, "Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams." This is so cool. What do you think?
It's gorgeous.
Walking in here, it's just like, it's something you've never seen before. It's almost like a two-level theme park where you walk in and it feels like you're literally on the upper level. Looking straight across at the heart of Celestial Park, you can see the carousel, the Constellation Carousel there, and then Helios Grand, the new Universal Resort in the background. But it feels like we're above everything walking in. It's so neat.
The views here are just unlike anything I've ever seen before, even just when you first walk into the park.
Just look at all the waterworks and the fountains and the greenery and this absolutely stunning statue right at the entrance here. It says, "The goddess Luna draws the veil across the worlds as colors pale. Her glowing face reflects the light."
I'm ready to go have an epic day.
Let's do it. As we said before, entering through the Kronos, you're essentially entering the heart of Epic Universe, which is Celestial Park. And when you're deciding which portal you're going to go to, this is your view from straight on. Left, you can actually go into either Super Nintendo World or Dark Universe. Or if you go right, you're going to hit into How to Train Your Dragon or Harry Potter. Right when you enter Epic Universe, the first thing you see on your left, if you go left, is the Other Worlds Mercantile Store, where you can get merch from all four portals: How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. We're not going to do too much detail as far as the stores go, but this is kind of a peek inside of Other Worlds Mercantile. So you can see right in front, we've got a Super Nintendo World table here. And then as we pan around, you've got Universal Monsters Dark Universe in the back there. You've got the Wizarding World Harry Potter merch in the back over there. How to Train Your Dragon over this way on the right. And then we've got some Epic Universe stuff here in the front. As you enter Celestial Park, one of the first things you see is this gigantic glass building. This is the Atlantic Restaurant. And apparently it is absolutely delicious. At some point we'll definitely have a dining reservation here. It's a little on the pricier side as far as Universal dinners go, but I've heard that the food is absolutely spectacular and the views have just got to be epic. As every great theme park does, there is a Starbucks. When you enter Epic Universe and you go towards the right, towards Harry Potter and How to Train Your Dragon, there is a Starbucks right there on the right side. Just the general ambiance of Celestial Park is incredible. There's so much kinetic energy, all these fountains going off. This beautiful plant life that will definitely be growing over the course of the next year or so. The Constellation Carousel with Helios in the background. All kinds of stuff is just so stunning. The center of this park is just a marvel to look at. As we head further into the park, like we said on the right, The first portal that we will be going into today will be to How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. And here's a first look at the outside of the portal.
The first world that we're going to head into is How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. And here on the portal behind us it says, "We, my friends, have dragons."
All right, let's head on in.
Wow, these portals are so cool. Oh my gosh.
Look at that. That is so cool.
What? How? And I hear there are dragons here.
Already, just looking around here inside How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk, this is one of the coolest lands I've ever seen in any theme park, or on this planet for that matter. Just look around. Everything is just moving. The kinetic energy is so cool. We got the big mountain in the background on top of Mead Hall. We've got these guys in the front, these giant hand-carved statues. We've got the Hiccup's Wing Glider's track kind of going through the water almost here. Look how blue and clear that water is down below. It is just absolutely gorgeous in here inside How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk.
When you first walk into Isle of Berk, the first thing that you're going to see when you head to the left is going to be Viking Training Camp. So Viking Training Camp is behind me. The description says, young Vikings will discover all types of dragons as they climb, slide, and explore their way through a sprawling, colorful, interactive adventure play area. So we're not going to go there. We're going to keep heading this way because we want to see what else is over here. Now, if you've been on the internet and you've seen anything that is being served here at Epic Universe, one thing you've seen is the mac and cheese cones. So you can find these up here to the left at Hooligan's Grog and Gruel. So the way the description reads is, no Dragon Rider's day is complete without a tasty bite from the festive racing themed food stand, Hooligan's Grog and Gruel. After cheering on their champions, Vikings can enjoy mac and cheese cones in a variety of styles. We're not hungry yet, so we're gonna go ahead and skip the mac and cheese cones for right now. However, we're gonna head over to the next ride, which is one that I have wanted to ride. And here we have Dragon Racers Rally. At Dragon Racers Rally, new Vikings can practice aerobatic maneuvers and high-speed barrel rolls on a towering Viking-made dragon riding trainer in hopes of becoming champion dragon racers. And this is one that I really want to do. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with this. How's that sound?
I am not a fan of those kind of rides, but Danny was brave enough to go on it. What'd you think?
I thought it was really fun. The only problem is I did not start to get the hang of it until it was over. So
what do you mean get the hang of it?
So the way this ride works is you're supposed to move each of your wings as you move side to side, and you're supposed to be able to do a barrel roll on this ride. I did not roll. I just swayed side to side.
Hey, it's your rookie trip. It's okay.
I'm a new Viking. I got distracted by the sheep. Look, they're even up there on top of the ride.
Right next to Dragon Racers Rally is the highlight ride of How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. It is Hiccup's Wing Gliders. where you can climb aboard Hiccup's wing gliders, get ready to fly like a dragon. The winged contraption sends brave Vikings swooping and soaring, offering a dragon's eye view of the Isle of Burke. I am super excited about this ride. I know you're super excited about this ride. It's a little bit of a wait, but apparently it's so worth it. So let's head on in to Hiccup's wing gliders.
Hiccup's wing gliders was completely worth the wait.
That was so much fun.
I honestly felt like I was on the back of a dragon. It was so smooth, so fast, and the music, the Hiccup's commentary.
Nothing is more epic riding a roller coaster than the How to Train Your Dragon score.
Oh, 100%.
How cool is that? Also, in case you were wondering, this is not Velocicoaster level intensity.
No, not
I
at
would
all.
put it somewhere between Slinky Dog Dash and Hagrid's. Yeah, it's family friendly, also has its moments of being fast. There's a few surprise elements that we won't spoil for you unless you watch our POV, which is going to be linked in the description below in this video. So go check that out if you want to see what the entire ride looks like.
Yeah, will definitely be a must ride every time we come here.
Oh.
So even if you're not a really intense coaster fan, 100% recommend, right?
Oh, absolutely. Every time you come to Epic Universe, this is going to be a must-do. We are about to enter Mead Hall, which is Burke's main gathering place, a grand chamber where Vikings feast on meat, fish, sandwiches, and more.
Right next to Mead Hall, as soon as you walk out, you're going to see another ride, Fire Drill. Now, Fire Drill's description, Viking twins Rough Nut, who's the girl twin, and Tough Nut, who's the boy twin, have transformed Burke's Fire School into a watery, interactive boat battle at sea, where teams of Vikings compete to outsoak each other. We're not going to go on that right now because electronics and water doesn't mix, and I don't want to get my socks wet. So I think we're going to wait on that for right now. And you want to hear a fun fact?
Yeah, what do you got?
From what we've been told is that everything here in Isle of Burke was hand carved with, what are they?
Chainsaws.
Chainsaws.
Yes.
How cool is that?
It's super cool. Here behind us we have the Untrainable Dragon Show. It is a Broadway quality show here in How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Burke, where a new dragon arrives on Burke and the Vikings think they may have met their match. Hiccup, Toothless, and Astrid help solve the mystery of the untrainable dragon in this spectacular live show. And it looks like behind me, the next show starts in about 15 minutes, so I think we're gonna head inside and go check it out.
So what did you think of our first viewing of the Untrainable Dragon?
Wow, 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 wow. I am so blown away, I have the hiccups. It is so good. I had seen some video from the overseas Universal parks which have the Untrainable Dragon show, but seeing it in person was absolutely mind-blowing. And I was so not expecting Hiccup and Toothless to come flying out near the beginning of the show.
I literally cried during that show and got all choked up, I don't know, maybe 6 times. That was
She literally did.
That was a very sneaky, emotional show.
Wow.
And I absolutely loved that.
The theatrics, the colors, the lighting, the live singing, which was really cool.
Gosh, so talented.
And then the dragon puppets, but man, that Toothless and Hiccup flying over your head is just, what a cool element for a stage show, and might be the best stage show in a theme park I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that not only is this a must-see, it also gets you into a large air-conditioned theater.
Yes.
So it's win, 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 win.
Absolutely.
And you get to hang out with all sorts of amazing dragons. Yes.
We cannot recommend going to see the Untrainable Dragon enough. You're an emotional wreck right now. So with that said, what better way to continue the party than go and meet Toothless, and hopefully maybe Hiccup or Astrid is there hanging out so we can meet them too.
Yeah, so the meet and greet is directly next to the Untrainable Dragon show. You can literally walk out and walk right into line, which is exactly what we're gonna do. I am a magical crier. I love meet and greets. When I get that feeling of I don't know, magic happening, if that makes sense, my eyes react, I get goosebumps, all that good stuff. And this is one that I think, just watching videos of other people doing it has been really special. So since it's located right in front of us, I think it's time to go meet Toothless.
Let's do it!
Danny!
Danny, nice to meet you. I'm Astrid.
Hi Astrid, Bill, nice to meet
Bill,
you.
nice to meet you. Come on
How's it
over.
going?
Pretty pretty wonderful. It's your first time meeting a dragon?
Yes, I'm super excited. What's the best way for me to meet
You're
Toothless?
gonna have your hand up. Move a little closer. Let him sniff you. There we go. And you'll move it.
Look at that.
Yeah. Look at that,
We have a dog at home,
Oh.
and he had to have 2 of his front teeth taken out.
Oh my
So we call him our little Toothless.
Oh, they have their own.
How cool is that?
What do you think about it?
That's pretty awesome.
So maybe you'll come back to Berg next time and you can race dragon.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We will be back
Bye,
for sure.
Toothless.
After we left the Toothless meet and greet, Astrid brought out her best dragon friend, Stormfly. We missed it. The line is 70 minutes right now, so we're not going to hop back in line. But how cool is that?
Babe, I think there's a baby dragon over here.
Wait, really? Oh, Rough Runner! Okay, everyone stay right there though. Don't get too close because you know, babies are unpredictable. Oh, thank you. Oh, everyone say hello to Rough Runner.
Hi, Rough Runner.
You'll notice he looks very similar to his sister Dart, but the easiest way to tell this is Rough Runner is because of his green eyes. Look at those. Do you want to play one quick game before we go find Dart Bouncer? Yeah, of course you do. Okay. You want to play Toothless Says? Of course you do. If I say Toothless Says, you do what I say. If I don't say Toothless Says, do not do what I say, okay? Toothless Says, look down. Toothless Says, wiggle your ears. You can use your hands, obviously. That's good over there. Toothless Says, put your left foot in. Good job, okay. Come on, Rough Runner, we're gonna go this way. Do you want the fish? You want the fish? I know you want the fish. Come on, babe. It took me like hours just to get this one. Please.
So for right now, that's going to end our time here at Isle of Berk. I love this world.
It was so great.
I do know, though, that we have 3 other worlds to go visit.
Yes, we do. So why don't we head back into Celestial Park and figure out where we're going to go next.
Sounds good to me.
Here's a better shot back towards the entrance of Epic Universe, towards the Atlantic restaurant across the fountains. You can just see how stunningly beautiful this whole place is right here. All throughout the park, they have these convenient wait time screens, just like Disney has. You could also find all the wait times in the Universal app, but right now it shows all the current wait times, time of day, and what time the park closes. So you can get a good idea of where you want to head next without having your phone out all day long. One of the quick service spots here in Celestial Park is Pizza Moon, where you can get everything from pizza to pasta to desserts, beer, wine, and so on and so forth. It's a pretty great spot, pretty cool theming inside. It is closed right now, so if we get a chance to go inside Pizza Moon and show you around, we definitely will. We decided to cross across Celestial Park to Super Nintendo World, which is going to be our next portal we go through. So, with that said, here we go! When you're entering the portal for Super Nintendo World, you're essentially entering one of the green pipes. And you can hear the noises around us. Danny's falling faster than I am through the green pipe, ready to head into Super Nintendo World. But look at, there's the noise, there's the iconic noise, but you can see all the lights and everything happening here. We're on an escalator because the entrance to Super Nintendo World is actually on the second floor as we enter through Peach's castle. Whoa! Oh my goodness.
Holy moly! I mean, Mario, yeah!
Oh my god, this is so overwhelming.
Need my glasses on, there's so much stimuli in
The
here.
Nintendo music, the classic Nintendo music is blaring, and everything is moving. like I said, we exit out of Peach's castle here, so you can actually see where we came out right there. At first glance, Super Nintendo World is kind of overwhelming. You see all the moving characters, you see the turtle shells, and you see the Goombas walking up there. You see the piranha plant dancing to the music. It's pretty funny. The walls around Super Nintendo World are themed. They're very video game colory. It's very, very cool. And they even have the question mark blocks here that you can walk up. There's a little rubber circle underneath, so you're not supposed to hit it with the power-up band. You're supposed to hit it with your fist. So up underneath, there's a little rubber thing. You just ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding. That's all you have to do. Very simple. And you collect coins while you're playing here at Super Nintendo World through the Universal app. In the Super Nintendo World section, there's a Universal Play where you can collect your coins, you get your score from Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. So it looks like in this game you're supposed to try to hit the POW block before the shell goes into the pipe. And so then the shell will bounce up and hit the POW, and you will win this little key. Hey, all right, we did it. Something is truly magical about seeing these piranha plants come to life and walking down right next to one. Like, they're so big. So throughout Super Nintendo World, there are key challenges which you can unlock, which you just saw with the POW block, where the shell goes up and that kid won one of the keys. So you have to get 3 keys you've obtained from the key challenges to unlock and be able to go into Bowser Jr.'s lair and play the extra game inside here.
There are multiple places that you can buy the power-up bands, and you have lots of options. So, take a look over here. We have Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toad, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and Diddy Kong. And my understanding is these last 2 are exclusive to Orlando. So you can only get these in Orlando. And here are your options. From my understanding, everything is available. But Bill went with...
I went with Mario because we've been playing a lot of Mario Party Superstars recently, and I've got a little bit of a main character syndrome, I guess. So I went with Mario, and Danny loves Yoshi. So she went with Yoshi, because that's who we play as in Mario Party Superstars. But these power-up bands are really cool. They're $44.99 before any discounts. And they are used to basically play all around Super Nintendo World.
On the second floor, right behind me, is the e-ticket attraction of here in Super Nintendo World. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Ride through iconic courses, throw shells, and collect digital coins to beat Team Bowser. You've never experienced Mario Kart like this. I don't know what kind of score we might get with this, especially, you know, not being able to practice this game.
I'm really excited to try this. I've seen videos. It's like a slow dark ride with VR mixed in, so it feels like you're on Rainbow Road in Mario Kart. So that's super cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it in person and experiencing it because it doesn't translate super well on video.
Right.
But I've heard that it's amazing in person. So let's definitely go check it out.
I think that Team Bowser's and Team Bowser's Castle is kind of intimidating.
It is. Look how scary that looks. We are heading up the stairs into Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, and look who's there to meet us right at the top. Spooky. They even got the Bowser music playing in here. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is so fun. Are you spooked?
I expect like something to hit me and then be like, like, you're game over.
Whoa, look at the doors. That is so cool.
I think it would take both of us to open up one of those
Yeah,
doors.
I think so too. Well, let's head down this hallway here. Look how big this queue is. It's so cool. looks like in today's Mario Kart matchup, it is Team Bowser versus Team Mario. And our objective is to win the Golden Universal Cup. The details in the queue here in Bowser's Challenge, inside Bowser's Castle, is one of the most detailed queues I've ever seen in my life. It is so fun. All these books have fun titles, little Easter eggs for everything with Mario Kart. There's moving pictures and all kinds of fun stuff that happens here in the queue. The kinetic energy, like I said, the candles are blinking, all kinds of stuff. It is so neat. Before heading into Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, we had to grab these super cool Mario helmets that Danny's holding upside down. Well, sort of, one of them was upside down. So we got to put those on, and then the VR screen actually magnetizes and attaches to that helmet. How cool do we look?
It's me.
feel like-
It's us.
I feel like we're on a Mario construction set.
We have to build things because
Yes.
we're Marios.
Let's go! And for those of you concerned about my head might be too big for those helmets, I wear a 7 3/4 New Era, which is a huge fitted hat, and it takes the largest setting, but it does fit. So you'll be able to ride
Big
and enjoy.
brain.
Big brain.
Big head.
Sure. Look at these Mario Kart racing suits. How fun are those? So it looks like this is the pre-show here, and we're gonna learn how to play. So you're gonna put the VR glasses and it magnetizes to the super cool Mario hats that we have on our heads right now. Don't do it those ways. Do it just like the green girl in the middle. There we go. And looks like there's a steering wheel that you will tap your power-up bands. Like Danny has the Yoshi one on her arm there. And looks like when you need to turn left, you're going to turn the steering wheel, collect the coins, and then to throw the turtle shells, you got to press the buttons on the steering wheel.
So one thing that I have heard that it's explaining is you don't turn the steering wheel to aim, you have to turn your head to aim.
Correct.
And then you
So it says look to aim right there. So you're looking left and right when you want to aim your turtle shells left and right.
But I have heard people will try to steer to find what they're looking for and they're not turning their head. That's the feedback I've heard, so hopefully we learn from
Got
that.
it. So it's a ride and a game at the same time. So kind of cool. So our goal is to collect 100 coins. So you will win the Universal Cup if we collect 100 coins. At the exit to Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge is Mario Motors. That is the gift shop for the ride and a secondary store to get all your Super Nintendo World goodies. All right, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge reaction time. What'd you think?
I think this ride has so much re-rideability because it's not easy.
No,
It definitely takes like a skill. You have to be looking at how many shells you have.
for sure.
You need to be looking around and aiming. I mean, it's just like any game. You need to practice to get better.
The aiming thing is definitely difficult. You've got to figure out how much you really need to move your head to hit the things that you want to hit with the turtle shells.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
I did. One thing that we found out before we rode this is if you look straight down, you can actually see your coin counter and you can see how many turtle shells you have left.
Yeah.
So you're not just unlimited turtle shells firing away. So you got to be strategic and keep collecting them throughout the ride as you hit those floating blocks.
Yeah, exactly. I think that this ride is a lot of fun. The only unfortunate part is it's going to have a long wait because everybody's going to want to ride it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth the wait.
The VR takes a little bit to get used to, but it's really cool that it's essentially the same ride system as a ride like Men in Black, where you're kind of just crawling through the space on a track where you spin around every once in a while. But with the VR and the effects and the wind and all that stuff happening around you, it really does feel like you're flying on Rainbow Road or in Mario Kart. So it was a really, really cool trick of the senses.
Yeah. Again, I really like this and I want to get better at this. But
Oh, we
also,
will.
Team Mario won. Yay! We beat Bowser!
Looks like something's about to happen. Who's coming out for a meet and greet? Is it Mario and Luigi? Ah, it is! Nintendo World. He's bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. It's so fun. It is extremely hot at Epic Universe today, so we decided to take a little bit of a break and check out Toadstool Cafe. How fun is this place? It is very busy in here, so be prepared to wait. We just had to wait about 40 minutes for our quick service meal to come out, but let's show you what we got.
So although it took about 40 minutes for this food to come here, it looks really, really good. So here we have Mount Beanpole cake, chocolate vanilla and strawberry layered cake topped with a matcha mousse, and that's $8.99. And then we also got the super mushroom pizza bowl. So the super mushroom pizza bowl was $17.99. It has mozzarella, sausage, pepperoni, and mushroom marinara sauce topped with a super mushroom pizza crust. And let's check on the inside. Ready? Pew, pew, pew.
Fun.
Let's see if this one is worth $17.99. On the first floor of Super Nintendo World, we have Yoshi's Adventure right behind us. And Yoshi's Adventure, take a ride with Yoshis and help them find 3 glowing eggs in Yoshi's Adventure, an enchanting family-friendly attraction that takes you on a journey through familiar Mushroom Kingdom landscapes. I don't know what to expect from this, but we've been seeing the Yoshis all over this land, so I think it's time to jump on one.
It kind of looks like a Nintendo version of the People Mover at Haunted Mansion speed.
It's a Nintendo People Mover? It's a Yoshi Mover?
Yeah. Quick reaction time for Yoshi's Adventure. What'd you think?
I thought it was adorable. I thought it was like a really nice, slow ride, a way to see the entire Nintendo Land. And the thing about that is there's so much to see, kind of getting to slow down while sitting on top of a Yoshi.
Yes.
What could be better?
Yeah, and it was exactly what I expected it to be. It was like Nintendo People Mover, where you literally go throughout basically the entire land and you see a whole bunch of different characters. And you see the piranha plants and the Goombas, and you see the swamp coming down above your head, and it's just so many cool, like, moving characters and kinetic energy that you get to experience while you're on the ride there. It's a great 4 or 5 minutes off your feet, which is nice. So definitely take advantage of Yoshi's Adventure if you're looking to take a little bit of a break, but kind of keep going at the same time.
I would also say it's a great way, like I said, to kind of loop around the place, and the wait time is usually a little bit lower. So it's a good option to bring into your day.
Another part of Super Nintendo World here in Epic Universe is Donkey Kong Country, and it's time to head through another warp pipe to go see what that big old monkey's up to. And there we are.
Whoa!
This is crazy. The music in Super Nintendo World and Donkey Kong Country is very loud, but here is Donkey Kong Minecart Madness going by us here, where it looks like the cart is jumping the tracks. What a cool effect on a roller coaster.
Wait a minute! Did you just say that cart jumped over broken tracks?
It sure did.
That sounds dangerous.
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
There it goes. Whee! As we head towards Minecart Madness, we can see Donkey Kong's treehouse up here and his seemingly never-ending stash of bananas. This is where Donkey Kong would normally be meeting folks here in Super Nintendo World, but it seems to be out to lunch at the moment. We are outside Minecart Madness, about to hop on and check out what the madness is all about on board those minecarts. We're gonna help Donkey Kong protect the golden banana on Minecart Madness, a thrilling family coaster that appears to jump the track and perform other silly feats from Donkey Kong Country video games. So we're gonna hop into a Donkey Kong Country video game, hop aboard the Minecart Madness, and see if we survive the journey. There goes one of the minecarts. It was madness. What were your thoughts?
Why do I need a chiropractic visit after that?
It does feel like we got a free chiropractor appointment courtesy of Dr. Kong, because, man, that was not as smooth as I thought it would be.
That was the opposite of a smooth
It was
coaster.
rough, man. I get that we're on a minecart and it's supposed to be kind of like herky-jerky, but that was rough, especially with the way that the restraints sit. I kind of hurt my knees a little bit. There's really no padding on the part that goes in between your legs. So when you're going over the opening there, when you're supposed to be jumping the tracks, it kind of like wiggles you side to side, and it definitely ended up being rougher than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I understand that it's supposed to like almost simulate you being in like a car crash or like a cart crash.
Yeah,
but
yes.
I actually kind of feel like we went through a car crash, so
Yeah.
I would definitely ride this again. But after that, I don't know.
First impression was rough.
I don't know.
Because this is a ride I was really looking forward to, because I had seen so much about the jumping the tracks and how the ride system is different, where the real track is essentially sideways underneath the cartoon track.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a really, really cool idea in theory. Oh, there goes another car right here. Whee! It was not nearly as smooth as I had hoped.
No.
But it was fun. There was definitely elements where you thought you were going to hit something in there, and then you took like kind of like an immediate turn. So that was kind of cool. It broke the illusion that you were on a real roller coaster track and you're on like the cartoony Donkey Kong track. So that I did like, but I would say it was pretty rough.
Yeah, it was rough. Here's the thing. I do understand this isn't supposed to be a smooth coaster.
True.
So that's not what I'm arguing. I think it rattled my brain around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to rattle you to ruin your day, but it was rougher than I expected. Here comes another cart. Whee! It was fun. We'll do it again.
It was madness.
This DK Crush Float sounds pretty good. It's got banana Dole Whip, pineapple soda, waffle bowl, sprinkles, toffee pieces, and caramel popcorn. And then it's like you can get this one with the souvenir mug for $6 more, which is pretty fun. As we exit the warp pipe from Donkey Kong Country back into Super Nintendo World, right outside is the 1-Up Factory. That is the main store for Super Nintendo World, where you can get all your Super Nintendo goodies, in addition to a little merch cart right over here where you can get some stuff as well. At the gift shop outside of Super Nintendo World, there are these beautiful stained glass windows. So you've got Princess Peach, you've got Mario, you've got Donkey and Diddy Kong, and Link. Ooh, Zelda reference. Maybe coming to Epic soon? Or one of the other Universal parks? Who knows?
Here in Celestial Park, right next to Super Nintendo World, we're about to go on our next ride, which is Constellation Carousel. On this cosmic carousel, the constellations themselves take physical form, enabling you and your family to ride celestial lions, dragons, bears, and more as your whirled in every direction. So we just got off of Constellation Carousel, and oh my gosh, this ride is so cute.
It is gorgeous in here. This is the most majestic carousel I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would say that it's enchanting.
Yeah, and it's not even just a carousel. It's kind of like when you ride the teacups, you know how they have like the turntables in there? This is like a carousel and turntable machine. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, now a couple tips for this ride. We definitely recommend riding during the day and riding at night because you
Yes.
get two different experiences. I would also get on the smaller turntables if you like more movement.
Yeah, they tend to spin a little bit more. which
They
is
move
cool.
a little bit more, but if you don't like as much movement, stay on the giant one outside of the small turntables. And then also listen to all the songs that you get, because apparently there are 7 different songs you could get.
There's 7 different celestial anthems. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I would say that this is definitely a beautiful ride.
Very kid-friendly too. So definitely, if you're bringing the kiddos to Epic Universe, you can definitely bring the kiddos on this one.
Yeah, so definitely a must-have here in Celestial Park.
Another really great quick service option inside Celestial Park is the Oak and Star Tavern. They've got really great barbecue from what we've heard, beers, and pretty much anything else you'll need. At Oak and Star, they've got a lot of different options. They've got platters where you can choose 1, 2, or 4 meats in the barbecue feast. And those are the meats: the smoked sausage, ribs, brisket, chicken, and pulled pork. The sides sound pretty good. We got some sandwiches, salads, and some desserts, a little bit for everybody. Over here is the Astronomica splash pad, Currently it is not running right now, but it has been testing, and supposedly it looks really cool in the evening. So hopefully at some point during the day today, Astronomical will be running, and we might be able to splash a little bit. One really cool part about the area in front of Helios Grand Hotel is this really neat sitting area for what should be the fountain show in the evening. It's kind of like these giant concrete steps, but they also have kind of like hub grass that you can sit on, just like Magic Kingdom. And it goes all the way around the entire fountain, all the way in front of Helios Grand. So it's a cool little place to sit down during the day. It might be hot during the summertime when the sun's beating on you, but it's a great place to kind of grab a seat, get a little rest before moving on to your next portal. We are about to ride Stardust Racers, the flagship ride of Celestial Park. We are so excited to get on this coaster. There are two different tracks. There's a yellow and a green. We're gonna check them both out to see what the differences are between the two. So we're gonna climb aboard a comet and race across the stars on this dual launch coaster which blazes through the cosmos at incredible speed.
I was not mentally prepared for that roller coaster.
Oh my gosh, Stardust Racers was awesome. What a crazy cool coaster. Lots of hills where you got a ton of airtime, but man, that yellow track was really cool.
I think both of them were super cool. I will say that like being able to race another coaster,
Yes.
and seeing the people in the train across like from you.
That was surreal.
Like there was one point where we like both
Crisscrossed?
Yeah, they crisscrossed, and I locked eyes with the girl sitting in the very front because she was like, ah, and screamed and looked up.
We were able to get a really cool POV with Danny's prescription glasses as well. Yellow, we sat in the front. Green, we sat a little bit further back. But both rides were amazing. Very similar, but I found the yellow to be a little bit faster, but green had a really cool corkscrew element over the top hat in the second half of the ride, and so that kind of made it a little bit more unique and just kind of changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think that this is such a fun coaster. I think both sides are worth riding.
Oh yeah.
And I think that like being in the heart of this park, like it's awesome, and man, oh man, is it gonna look pretty at night.
As far as intensity goes, I would say it's right up there with Velocicoaster. I wouldn't say it's as intense because it's not as twisty-turny as Velocicoaster, but there's 3 launches. There's 2 right at the beginning and then there's 1 in the middle. Speed is pretty comparable as far as I'm aware, but I would still, if I put Velocicoaster as like a 9.8 intensity, I'd put this as like a 9.2.
So I will say, I was trying to think of like a good word to describe the difference, and I don't know if you agree with this, but I feel like this coaster feels more graceful.
Yeah, sure.
Where the Velocicoaster feels more wild and animalistic.
Yes, this one has a lot of straightaways and little hills where you get a bunch of airtime. So that definitely makes it different than Velocicoaster as well.
Yeah.
Well, Stardust Races was awesome. Can't believe we finally got to ride this. Both sides. The wait time was pretty short, so we're super psyched we were able to do that.
Yeah, and we can't wait till we get to ride this one at night. We are about to head into Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. So this is the land where we're about to go through a portal that has Dumbledore's words on them. For in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own. We are headed in here because we were able to secure a virtual queue for Harry Potter Battle at the Ministry. We want to check out how this brand new wand that we got works, and check out everything that this new land has to offer.
So we enter the portal here, and it looks like we're heading into Wizarding Paris, or Wizarding France, if you will. So this is where we catch the Metro Flu network to go attend the trial of Dolores Umbridge in Wizarding London. but we have to come in here through France first, and this is where we see the legendary Arch de Triomphe. That is in France. How cool is this? It is so large. The scale is massive. Just look when I zoom out here at just the bottom of it compared to Danny. And then we pan up. It's amazing that something of this scale is built inside of a theme park.
Yeah. It does look right off the bat, this world, this land, is gonna have a lot of sneaky goodness in it. So we're gonna have to go into and like get our hands dirty, make some magic, those kind of things.
Oh, wow. So we are like downtown France. This is pretty cool.
As far as we know.
Yes. Never been, but this is what I assume it looks like. But there's Café de la Sirène on the left here. Heard that restaurant is really good. And then straight ahead is the flagship show of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. That is Le Cirque Arcanu. Supposedly it's some really cool magic show. We're gonna check that out shortly. But look at the Quidditch Cup logo in French up on the building there. Looks like it lights up at night. We are about to head into the final show of the evening at Le Cirque Arcanu. What is that, you may ask? Well, I'm going to read the description for you. In an attempt to bring Le Cirque Arcanu back to its former glory, Ringmaster Scander has stolen Newt Scamander's suitcase, which contains fantastic beasts from around the globe. It's up to circus employee Gwendolyn to rescue the creatures in this spectacular mix of live performers, amazing puppetry, and dazzling special effects. So let's go see what magic we find inside.
We just finished the show. Now we are getting out a little bit later
Than expected.
I would say maybe like 45 minutes later than we thought we were going to get out.
There was a minor technical difficulty, I guess, at the beginning of the show, or before we even got in there.
The magical creatures just must have been causing
wreaking havoc in there.
So once now I want to say we are in technical rehearsals, so we're gonna, give grace. We're gonna let it slide, and we got to see some amazing magical creatures.
That was way better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect when I walked in there, but wow, I was pretty blown away at some of it for sure.
There were a couple parts where I was just like, wait, where are we going with this? What is happening? But every bit of it had so much talent, just wonderful stage quality. And I was just super impressed. And it's another great place to get out of the heat, get in the AC, and see a really amazing show.
It was interesting. We were walking through the queue.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we were almost going into like a Halloween Horror Nights house.
It did kind of feel like
just
that.
like a circus-themed house
Yeah.
at HHN. But then we got into like the holding area, and some of the effects were super cool in there. And then the show, we didn't shoot the entire show, but we did catch some really cool stuff that we're going to show you here. But we'll save the entire show for you guys to come catch it at Epic Universe here in Wizarding France. I loved it. I would go see it again. I like to look for more details. I'm not a huge Fantastic Beasts fan per se.
Right.
But I may, consider checking out the films a little bit more closely now after seeing what I saw in this show.
I definitely want to see this again. I do think right now that we need to make some magic of our own with one of the new wands.
Oh, we can't say that here.
No, please don't say that. We'll get kicked out. I'm just kidding, we won't. But
Stupefy. just throwing out random spells.
We're gonna see what kind of magic we can create here in this land.
Yes, let's go do it.
So here is the new wand that we have, and here's our first space that we're gonna cast a spell. This one looks like the infinity symbol. You do that. So let's try that.
Wow, first try. Well done. She's more powerful than they realize, Claire. She's more powerful than he realizes.
Also, the end of the wand lit up when I did that.
That's pretty cool.
Accio Brindolo! much magic.
Whoa, that looks so cool. The bottom 2 inches of the wand lit all up.
And it vibrated.
Wow.
It's actually pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Do it again.
Yeah, I want to see it again.
Oh! Look what I made come out.
Ah, it's a niffler. What's up, buddy? Goodbye.
Have you ever tried this one? I create wind.
I feel like the spells are much easier to do here.
Just like that. Wow. What house are you?
That's our guy from the Le Cercle Canoe, the one from the holding area. Oh, he's gone.
Hi, little one.
He's so cute. Hello.
Hi. I don't know what your name is, but I kind of want to bring you home. Bye. See you next time. Bye. We found a little niffler. You have to watch those guys. Titolando.
Nice.
Drop the candy. Drop the jewels. Whatever it is, just drop it.
The time has come for our virtual queue here at Battle of the Ministry. We are super excited to ride this ride. We've heard nothing but amazing things. She be having some problems lately. She be taking a nap during the day, opening late. You know, early risers are never, it's never fun to get up early. But
It is not.
Battle of the Ministry is open. We're about to ride it. We hit our virtual queue, as you can see on the screen here. We're super excited. The description for the ride is: join Harry, Ron, and Hermione in an all-new adventure. Travel by Metro Flu from Paris to the British Ministry of Magic, where Dolores Umbridge Grr is about to stand trial for all the bad stuff that she did. Board a lift and join Harry, Ron, and Hermione as you journey deep into the Ministry's many departments. Thrilling adventure, fantastic beasts, and unexplored mystery await Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. Are you psyched?
I am psyched.
I'm super psyched.
I also want to see Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah.
Pay for
Send her to Azkaban.
crimes. Let's go.
She's the worst.
She is the worst.
Let's go send her to jail.
Yes.
Welcome to the Ministry of Magic. My name is Higgledy. Do be careful as you make your way through my room. For Mistress Dolores Umbridge's the best here is dreadful. Higgledy is arranging as quickly as possible. Higgledy will strive in the future to undo such horrible, no good, dirty messes before anyone has a chance to happen upon them.
I don't believe what we just witnessed.
There is no other ride like the ride we just rode that exists in a theme park right now.
No, that was the most impressive feat of technology I've ever seen in a theme park. The only time I've ever said, holy crap, wow, and just, oh my God, so many times on that ride. The mixture of screen-based technology and animatronics and motion and just pure trickery and wizardry, it was the coolest attraction I've ever been on.
It was honestly, and I know this is going to be a little cliche, it was honestly magic.
Literally.
I can't believe what we saw with our eyes.
The best way for me to describe that to you guys is if you rode a ride in the Tower of Terror vehicle and then proceeded to go through a ride that was very similar to Spider-Man at Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
And Forbidden Journey.
Yes.
And Rise of the Resistance.
Absolutely.
It was just so immersive, so smooth, so just the scale of some of these scenes was so impressive. I'm in shock. Like my jaw's on the floor right now.
Yeah, and I also have to say that some of the animatronics in there I thought were people.
Right. And you got to think, there's no way there's a team member in there, but it sure felt like it.
It felt like it.
Those movements were smooth.
I that's all I can really say, other than if anybody doesn't like this ride, then do you even like theme parks? Do you even like fun things? Do you even like immersive experiences? Because if you don't like this, I have a lot of questions for you, because there's nothing like this.
Because if you're looking for a thrill, you got to go on Stardust Racers or Velocicoaster. This isn't a thrill ride. This is the most impressive technological feat and the most immersive ride in probably theme park history right now. Wow. Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry.
Mind blown.
It's the most impressive attraction here. I won't say it's, I mean, I could say it's the best, but when you're saying best, you're comparing it to all the other rides. I would say it's the most impressive ride here.
It's like comparing apples to pizza.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Both
the
are
same
good in their
thing.
own way.
Right, exactly. But I mean, like instead of apples to oranges, it's just a completely
Right.
It's in a universe all of its own.
Nice, an epic one, if you will. Just real quick, as we're walking over to Dark Universe, just take a quick look. We're gonna do a little 360 here around Celestial Park, and this place at night is next level. And this, what you're looking at here, is exactly why people are upset that the park closes at 9 o'clock every night. The time has come. We have come across the park to Dark Universe, here at Universal Epic Universe, where the Universal monsters lay. We are about to experience this land just as Universal intended it, in the dark. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Welcome to the spooky, scary part of Epic Universe.
Holy crap. This is amazing.
It feels like Halloween Horror Nights in here.
Oh my gosh.
And guess who I see right when we walk in?
Is that Igor I see?
That is Igor.
Check out this really cool graveyard over here.
I'll see you when they land.
Wow, guys. The aesthetics over here are amazing. Look, it's like almost like out of a movie scene, looking up at this fog and the cemetery. Like it's super, super spooky and cool.
Look at this.
Ooh, a couple of standing caskets. Do you dare to go inside? Igor's working.
Did you get it? I don't have all night. I'm working. Great skull.
So one thing about Igor is he actually has quite the following already, and the park hasn't even opened yet. There's a line to meet him. People are always wanting to run into him.
Apparently he's the star of the show for Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment too.
So I think it looks like he's the hardest working man at Epic.
Man, the aesthetics in here are wild. As we enter Darkmoor, the city of monsters. As we come around the corner here, look at that Frankenstein Manor. Wow. That is so much bigger than I thought it would be. And look at the electricity at the top over there. That is so impressive. Over here we've got Dr. Septimus Pretorius Scientific Oddities. So this must be the gift shop here in Dark Universe. We're not gonna go in, but show you inside. Yep, that's exactly what that is. Coming back over this way here. Looks like you're eating in a prison over here. That's pretty cool. This must be Das Steakhouse. Indeed it is. Das Steakhouse. Here's what we're looking at for food at Das Steakhouse. We've got fish on a steak, bird on a steak, bits and pizzas. La Baracata, that sounds like fun. Red Velvet Death. Sounds delicious. Got Dr. Jekyll's Apothecary. Wonder what kind of crazy stuff goes on in there.
We are about to go on Curse of the Werewolf, which is one of the 2 rides here at Dark Universe. Beware as you face the Curse of the Werewolf, which sends you spinning and weaving through the woods as you attempt to escape a pack of werewolves.
As it goes over our head, we just got off of Curse of the Werewolf. It was fun. It was cool.
It was fine.
Not anything to write home about per se, but it was fun to get on just to try it. It was very short.
Yeah, it was like 40 seconds.
Yeah. And we had heard that it spins a lot, which makes the ride better. But the ride was both short, the werewolf did not move, and it barely spun. So we had a pretty underwhelming trip on Curse of the Werewolf, I would say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad. We're definitely going to ride it again to see if it gets better. But wasn't a great first run.
Hey, technical rehearsals, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I would totally agree with you. Very underwhelming for the first ride of Curse of the Werewolf, but it has potential.
In a really cool detail, all the portals actually come together in the sky here at Epic Universe. And so now you can see all 4 of the portals coming together. We are standing outside the legendary Frankenstein Manor, which is the home of Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. One of the coolest rides, apparently, here at Universal Epic Universe inside Dark Universe. The description of the ride. In Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, Dr. Victoria Frankenstein's demonstration goes awry when Dracula leads a revolt of angry monsters attempting to escape the catacombs. This sounds fun, this sounds intense. Let's go see if we can survive Dr. Frankenstein's experiment.
Is the time to abandon hope.
Igor, my job is to get you through this experiment in one piece. But Igor, I hear you say, where's the fun in that? I agree, you delightful freak. Sadly, this is not that kind of experiment. Look closely. This is a Catacombs Navigation Unit. All you little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. You sit, Igor steers, nothing goes wrong. Yes? Don't look at that. This is just the emergency function. All according to plan. The doctor will see you now.
Is that everyone? Oh, excellent. I am Dr. Victoria Frankenstein. Today, you chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet. Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. Show them.
What's that?
Lower the lights. Quickly. Now. These people are friends. I will control my ultimate challenge. Count Dracula. Calm yourself! That wasn't us.
Silence, creature. I will destroy you when
With your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors! Our greatest victory is just through there. Quickly, this will change your life.
Man, Epic Universe has created some of the most insane rides I've ever been on in my life.
That just made you say "whoa, dude" and "man" all back to back.
That was literally like Forbidden Journey on super steroids.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, that was so cool.
So the thing about this ride that we had heard was that they were putting like the most amount of realistic animatronics that have ever been seen in a ride.
The animatronics were so impressive that they actually leaked footage of them before Epic Universe ever opened to anyone.
Yeah.
And so we saw like little clips of all these different monster animatronics, and the internet went crazy because they were so lifelike and real looking.
Yeah.
And those things are on this ride, popping out at you left and right, like interacting with you, talking to you. Just the whole premise of the ride is so cool. You're in the catacombs underneath Darkmoor.
Right.
And there's so many different secrets from the Frankenstein family under there. And Victoria is so set on controlling all these monsters, but Dracula is just the one that got in the way. And he just totally wreaks havoc, and the monsters just go nuts down there. And it is so cool. You have to get on this and see it in person, because video will never do it justice.
I do think that this ride lives up to the hype. It's everything that you want it to be and more. And I honestly think that the park literally just closed, and I think that was the perfect ending to our Epic Universe
That's
day.
an exclamation point right there.
So,
for sure.
so we're not quite done yet. I think it's time to go ahead and head out into the center of the park, but man, was that a way to end on a ride.
Wow. Just dang. That was it.
We don't have words.
Wow. Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, you're a legend.
Legend.
Well done. Just a quick peek at Darkmoor here as we walk out. What a cool, immersive land. Just so thematically impressive. Just...
It gives me the piece of Halloween Horror Nights that I miss during the year.
Right, exactly.
A little spooky to your day.
Wow, so cool. And there's the portal there in the background as we leave through the cemetery gates over this way here. We're one of the last people in Darkmoor. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the lighting effects here in Celestial Park here. You can see all the The ground lights are working, they're spinning, they're dancing, changing colors. Over there we've got the Constellation Carousel, which looks really cool at night. Back over this way we've got Helios Grands. The fountains are going off. You see the Potter portal with the light in the background. Panning over this way where Danny's standing, here she is. We've got Pizza Moon over there. We've got the Nintendo portal. Just, it's so beautiful in here at night. And there goes Stardust Racers with all the lighting effects in the background as they're racing. But look at the lighting effects with the fountain and Helios in the background. All those little bulbs in the background came on when it got dark. Better shot in the dark at the Atlantic restaurant. Those glass windows are crazy. And you can see the Kronos in the background at the front of the park. How this park is going to close before midnight makes me so sad. Here comes Stardust Racers with all the lighting effects coming behind Danny here. Here they come. Woo! So cool. All the cars are actually lit up. The track's not lit up, so it looks like shooting stars. It's very cool. Even the How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk portal looks super cool at night.
We just walked through the Kronos at the front of the park to end our day here at Epic Universe.
What an epic day. I know that sounded cliche, but really, truly was epic.
Honestly, and this park is going to be one of the most amazing additions to Orlando. I can't even explain how lucky we are to have this down the street and how amazing it is for when all of you come to visit, that this can be something that is on your list on your normal Orlando trip.
For real.
If you're not somebody who normally visits Orlando, I think that Epic Universe is incredible enough to literally make a trip out here to come see this.
It was one of the most impressive places I've ever been in my life.
Yes.
The technology that we witnessed here was light years ahead of a lot of theme park technology. And we're walking out of the front gate right now and I still can't put into words some of the stuff that we saw today.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I cannot wait to come back here again and check this out. Like Danny said, opens May 22nd. For the grand opening is May 22nd. Hopefully sooner rather than later we'll be on annual passes for us locals.
Yes.
Because day tickets are a little pricey.
Yes, for those of us who are local, buying a one-day ticket,
when you're spoiled at the other parks and you can have an annual pass to go in whenever you want, pretty much.
Yes.
Buying a one-day ticket doesn't feel so great.
Yeah, it doesn't, but it's worth it. Now,
for sure.
One other thing I wanted to mention is everything that you guys have seen in this video, Epic Universe has a lot of room so that it can make expansions.
Yes.
So Epic Universe, I don't want to say it's not completed because it's completed in the sense that
it's ready to open to the public.
Everything that they intended to open to the public on May 22nd is ready to open on May 22nd to the public.
Correct.
So I'm so grateful that we've gotten to experience this. This is better and more epic than what I could have imagined.
Can't say that word enough.
I know, but I think it's time to end our night.
Yeah, I'd say so. So thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. It really does help our channel out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. We'll wait 2 seconds. Go. Good job. You did it.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank
It's like
you.
Dora the Explorer.
We appreciate it more than you know.
But we do appreciate you guys following us along on our journey here in Epic Universe. We really, really greatly appreciate you. And with that said, good night from Universal Epic Universe.